Good morning, everybody. Just setting up here. Got to add the join the panel. It is Wednesday. It's finally a little bit sunny. It's a little chilly, a little cool, but they say it's going to warm up this afternoon. Paul Hodges is coming back, I would imagine, at this point in time from his bus run. And so he should be joining us shortly if he can. I'm not sure about his schedule as far as his business, so hopefully he will be here fairly soon. So, how's everybody doing today? Like I say, the weather's changed. I'm kind of anticipating, I've been checking regularly. My Mini 3 is supposed to be here tomorrow. It's scheduled for delivery by Thursday by 9:00 p.m. However, it's coming with some kind of an oddball. I've never heard of the shipping company, so yeah, I don't know. Delivery by Thursday by 9:00. Firing up the other computer. Oh, there he is. Mr. Justin is in his truck. At where are you getting a breakfast snack or what there, Justin?
Oh, I have to stop and go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
You got to know where all the good bathrooms are if you're on the road like me.
I can imagine, being on the road like that, and in different areas, you've got to be able to make a pit stop here and there.
Like I said, you got to know where all the good bathrooms are because
Yeah.
some of these mom and pop gas stations, they'll get pissy with you. You come in and just try to use the bathroom. So usually I go to the real nice gas stations like Circle K, Racetrack.
Right.
They don't give you no crap about it because they're corporate stores.
AZ, good morning. And Corey Mano was first today. AZ was a close second.
What's up, AZ and Corey?
Yeah, like I say, Paul Hodges isn't here yet. He's probably somewhere in between the bus and the home. But of course, he's got to get in line at Timmy Hortons.
Right.
Are you a coffee drinker? I don't know if you ever mentioned that, Justin.
No, I hate coffee.
Yeah, I've never ever. I remember as a teenager, I tried it once, and it's like, yeah, no way.
I tried it in multiple different ways, like, going to Starbucks and getting different, like,
Flavors.
Like ice cream type drinks that they have, and mochas and all kinds of stuff. I said I love the smell of it, but the taste.
Hello, Paul.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
We're on right now. Adrian's on with me, and so is Justin.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, well, I'm not going to make it. It keeps piling up on me today.
Okay. All right, Paul.
Yeah, I've got those four by 8s to do, and plus about 6 signs now. So.
All right. Okay. Well, you stay safe, and if you get a chance to pop in from your phone, do so.
Okay.
All right.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Adrian, how you doing?
I'm over here, still on the yard. My truck broke down, so I'm waiting for the mechanic to fix it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long, interesting day today.
Adrian, did you ever decide to order the Mini 3 or no?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not ordering that piece of shit. I'm not. No.
Mine is supposed to be delivered tomorrow.
I tell you what, I do like the RC Pro on that, but I do not like the drone. I think the drone is a piece of junk. Not to make you feel any type of way. Like I tell everybody, that's just my opinion. I think it's trash.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Adrian? Did you hear that they're already having issues with it can only go like what was it, a
Distance.
few hundred feet, and they're having disconnection issues and range issues?
I'm hearing that, and not just that. People are supposed that they're having issues when it comes to the remote. Like if you do any type of screen recording, the video just start lagging to the point like it literally almost down, then it cuts off. Like it just stop, and then you don't know where the drone is at.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's what I was talking about yesterday. You know, I don't know if they're just releasing these drones like this on purpose, or if their quality control has just went to shit.
To be honest with you, I don't know. That was the main reason why I returned that Mavic 3, the first one that I had, is because the second I took it up in the air and I barely went up, and I'm just looking at the horizon was tilting. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was me. But my Mavic 2, my Mavic Air 2, my Air 2S, Mavic 2 Pro, Mavic 2 Zoom, my Mini, my original Mavic Air, you know what I mean? Those drones are perfectly, like the horizon is perfect. I don't care how fast I go, I don't care what I do, it's perfect. But that one would just not be perfect. It would just not fucking work right. I did the calibration, I did the IMU calibration, I even did it manually, and it's still fucked up.
And those drones, if they do have a horizon tilt issue, you know, quick camera calibration fixes it 99% of the time.
No, there's no camera, there's a gimbal calibration.
Yeah. Well, the gimbal calibration.
And then the thing is that, again, I did it and still crooked. It was like the left side of the screen is crooked while the right-hand side is down. Hey.
Yeah, either their quality control has gone to crap, or, like I said, maybe something internal's happened with DJI where they got new engineers or
I spit on it on purpose. No, I spit. Oh. I said I spit on it on purpose. I'm doing all right because my back's still working with it, with the physical therapy. Other than that, you know, I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, that was a crazy one there.
Yeah, no shit. That stupid motherfucker. Yeah, no shit.
Russell Garham said that he covered the range issue on his blog.
Yeah, AZ was supposed to test his drone, I think, today to see if he has any issues with that.
Right.
Well, you know, he said the other day, he goes, you know, when you hold the drone, he goes, it just doesn't feel like $1,200 or $900, whatever you spent on that, plus the Flymore accessories. You know, he said it just doesn't feel like the money you paid for. Where like the Mini 2 and the Mini 1, when you hold it, it feels like it justifies what you paid for it because it's not overly expensive. It doesn't break the bank for a lot of people. But the Mini 3, so I mean, you can buy 2 Mini 2s for Flymore combo kits for what one Mini 3 costs with all the accessories and stuff. I mean, I don't know, man. They're not doing very good. I'll tell you that.
Well, your lovely little princess is in the chat. Should I ask her if she needs you to drop something off to her or come give you something? Or
I'm nowhere near her. I'm in Fort Meade.
Well, yeah, but you would drive 1,000,000 miles if Sarah needed something.
If it was an emergency, yeah. I'm not driving 45 minutes to bring her a coffee. I get in trouble for that.
Yeah, but it's all about the love.
Yeah, but I get in trouble for that because I'm not supposed to be in Winter Haven right now.
Oh, okay.
The only paperwork I have is for Fort Meade, so I have no reason to be in Winter Haven right now. Unless I was called there by FDU for something, an emergency or something. Like I said, that's 45 minutes each way. Like, that's be going way out of my way. Yeah, I just don't know what's going on though with the DJI though. It just these
Hey,
last two-
JD is in the chat along with Sarah and AZ. Who else is here?
like the only drone that I really want to get at the moment, besides an Inspire, obviously, that's not gonna. I would love to get an Air 2S is the one I'd love to get.
Now,
Corey Mono. Yep.
now, fella, just to kind of continue what I was saying, that was one of the mechanic managers that were talking to me. But yeah, like I was saying, when it comes to that screen recording, you know, because I mean, the standard smart controller, Paul, if you remember,
Right.
if I did any screen recording, it will start lagging. You know what I mean? It will just start lagging. Well, this one is literally lagging, but then like it lags so much, like the screen just freezes, and then it come back, and you don't know if the drone is there or not. Like that would be bad if you you know what I mean, coming to a tree and it just
Right.
freezes up. You know, you just hit the damn thing. Because
Right.
I don't think that one has any front sensors, does it?
It's got front and back sensors, but no side sensors.
What we need is somebody to rip that damn controller open and see what's inside of it, because it may be old, really old chips with all this chip shortage the last couple of years. Maybe they used like really outdated crap because that was all they had.
Well, not just that, Justin. I actually have, like you said, with the quality control going to shit. I really have a big fucking problem with DJI just bringing out all these fucking drones so fucking quick, but yeah, they're not taking care of the real issue. Like again, the Mavic 3 still have fucking problem. Now they pushed out a big update that supposedly fixed a lot of the stuff. Like there's no more GPS issue. Like I got GPS like within fucking 30, 40 seconds, which is great. But then now with the horizon tilting shit, it's like another different fucking kind of worm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, it seems like every time they do a firmware update on that thing, it causes something else to go wrong with it.
It caused something to fuck up. Yeah.
And,
Now they added the telephoto. They added this. They added that. Now that you could do that, you could do that. All type of good shit. And I get it. It's great. But if you can't even get the fucking horizon to be perfect on such an expensive fucking drone, then I don't fucking want it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying is like the last two releases have seemed to gone completely to crap.
Now I did went ahead and get the standard one. I did went ahead and get it. I'm gonna go ahead and do all the shit I gotta do to it, apply it and see what time it is. But if I'm having any kind of big fucking issue, you know what I mean, when it comes to the tilting, like really being really bad, I think I'm gonna take it back again for the second fucking time. But at the same time, if it's not like really fucking horrible, I'm gonna try to do everything possible to fix it. And I might put up with it, but if it's really bad to where it's gonna make my video look like shit, I'm gonna return it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, how long has this drone been released for now? It's been what, 4 months now?
Fuck no, man. Hell no.
No.
I know people that been making videos for 6, 7, 8 months with that fucking drone.
Yep. They got their hands on it last fall.
It's going.
Yep.
It's going.
No,
Yeah,
no, but I'm saying when was it released to buy though? It was what, about 4 or 5 months ago, wasn't it?
No, Joe. Which are you talking
February?
about? The Mavic 3?
The
Yeah.
Mavic. No, you're talking about the Mavic 3, right?
Yeah, the Mavic 3 Pro.
It can't be the Mavic 3, Justin. If people already been making
Yeah,
videos
but the
for
Mavic
fucking
3
7, 8 months.
Mavic 3 came out like in the fall of last year for order.
Oh yeah, that's right. Time
going
just flying
here.
by. It doesn't seem like it was released that long ago. It's just
Hell
time's
yeah,
going
it
by
has. It
quick.
has been that fucking long.
Well, I'm just saying time's going by quick the last.
Yeah, yeah, it is, because it's about to be fucking 2023 in a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, or I don't know what's going on with them, but I don't know why they're releasing these. I don't know why they're not beta testing these drones themselves, because the reviewers aren't doing anything to help anything. I mean, what are they doing? They're just
Justin, it all depends upon which review you're watching. Let's talk about the Mini 3. I see a lot of people say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I see some guys say don't buy it until they fix it. I've seen some other guys have a problem in certain areas, but then they turn around and put up the Mini 2 and they have the same area in the same problems in the same area with the Mini 2. So it's like a comparison thing. And the reason, as you all know, that I ordered it was I got a 25% discount because DJI screwed me on my Care Refresh on my Air 2S. And I've been flying the Autel Nano Plus, doing the night shots of ship videos. But the Nano Plus is a little bit skittish in the air. If you point it in this direction and that whatever you're pointing it at starts to move a little bit, you correct, and it doesn't correct right away as far as your back screen, what you're looking at. So then you overcorrect. So then you get this wobble in the air type of thing going on. And it doesn't have the power in any kind of wind. So when I'm trying to go get in front of a ship, I got to pedal to the metal in ludicrous mode. And, there's been times I just can't get around the front of the ship. I just got to come back down the side again.
Now, with that being said, Paul, I'm sure that you knew about that problem before you even bought it. So
yes.
Why did you still get it anyway?
For the night camera. For the night capable.
You're saying you rather put up with the bullshit just to have it because of the night shots? Yes, because I've tried the same night shots. It's not as bright here as like Adrian. When you're in some big cities, you've got all kinds of fantastic lighting and everything. When I put the Air 2S up, no matter what I adjust it, I get pixelation. But with that Nano Plus, I don't get very little pixelation, and I get great shots. And there's been occasion close to airports, whatever, you can't take the DJI off without jumping through a million different hoops, and which to me is kind of crazy. But the Autel you can take off. So, but everybody's telling me that the new Mini 3 has the same night capabilities and stronger motors to handle more things. So I'm going to kind of compare it and see which one I like to fly better. Now, do you normally get your drones directly from DJI, or do you go to Best Buy and get them?
No, I went to DJI because that's the only way they offered me the 25% discount.
Oh, when you got that little 20. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, because
he got the Mini 3 cheaper than anybody else did right now with that discount.
So you're saying basically, Paul, that DJI never could have made you when you lost your DJI Air 2S.
Yeah, they thought about it, but they couldn't get any of my files, my flight files, and so the best they would do is says, well, we can't honor your, because I just bought the Air 2S last fall. We can't honor it because we can't get the flight records, blah 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 blah. But just because you've been such a good customer at DJI, we're going to offer you a one-time, use it in 25 days, coupon for a 25% discount on a DJI item. So I says, well, I guess saving $200 is better than, than losing it.
So at the end of the day, you ended up losing money regardless.
Yes. Yep.
What's AZ saying? Because I'm sure he's commenting on this conversation.
So Paul, why even bother having a fucking Care Refresh if they're still gonna make you go through all that bullshit and you still have to go ahead and spend more money to buy another one? What's the purpose in getting it then?
Well, the sad part of it is I don't know as many people as me that had a problem with Care Refresh. Usually you're happy if you run the drone into a tree or into a wall or whatever, and you send it in and they replace it for like $100 to $200 versus having to pay the full price to replace the damn drone. So is Care Refresh a good thing to have? Yeah, probably. In my case, no.
Yeah, that's why I want to get the Air 2 replacement drone, just because I already have a controller that could.
I haven't even let me out yet.
Yep, that's all you need, Justin.
Yeah, I don't need the whole
No.
combo kit or nothing because I already have a Mini 2 and a Air 2 controller that would be compatible with it.
Yep.
I
It
really,
is.
I really want to get the Air 2 replacement drone, but those are still $700 some dollars.
It won't fix the fucking.
Yeah, if you get the new ones, but sometimes you can find them used for, like new. Guys get them back and they've already placed it with another model or whatever, and they're willing to sell them.
Hey guys, I gotta go for now. I'll talk to you guys.
Okay, Adrian, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Has AZ said anything?
AZ, JD, do you think he is getting paid while talking to us? Ooh,
Probably talking about me.
AZ says, Paul, I'll buy it from you when you don't want it anymore, then and need a backup mini. Oh, he's talking to you. I think AZ, you're talking about the Nano, right?
Oh, this is the time for Alltel or somebody to jump on the bandwagon and release a really good drone.
Well, the Nano is a great little drone. I would say for 80% of the population out there flying drones, I'm in a situation being along the water, and Justin, along the water, you could be at your house and there's no wind. You go over and get next to the water and there's wind. Just
Right.
because of the natural weather phenomenon of warm wind, cold water, it starts to move. And so in 80% or 85% of the population, the Nano would be perfect. Because I get range with it. I don't have a problem with range or anything. It's just speed, number one thing, and wind, like headwinds. If you're going into a headwind, all of a sudden it's kind of like you let go. You weren't pushing the sticks forward. It just kind of stays there at full throttle. It's just kind of trying to get where it's going.
Like I said, I want to get that. The only drone I'm interested in getting at all right now is the Air 2S.
Okay.
Like I would love to have a Nano, but I'd rather have an Air 2S more than anything at the moment, just because I already have everything I need for it as far as batteries and stuff. I just have to save up to get one,
Yeah.
Because all I need, I just got a controller and 4 batteries and all that. Don't work.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that I'm not happy with now, AZ said when he was talking before he was talking about Mateo, AZ, when you got your new Mini 3, did you also get it with the extra batteries and all the other sets, or is it still waiting to get that shipped to you? Because mine is supposed to be here tomorrow, but my Fly More kit says it isn't going to be delivered until July the 27th or 28th.
Well, they always have a back. It seems like every time they release a drone, they always have a backup on the batteries and all that for a little while. Because people want to order extra batteries and all that.
Yeah.
It always seems like they're on kind of a back order for a few weeks.
Philly Drone Life did a live stream last night, and on there he was talking about the Mini 3, and he really likes it. He said that it's just phenomenal for being a mini drone. But he said that he's going to, one of the next things he's going to do is a range test in Philadelphia, the concrete jungle. And he kind of slipped and says, yeah, even though it'll fly for 45 minutes, I'm going to I'm going to push it right to the end. And if I lose it, I lose it. And I tumbled and I typed into the chat. It says, Michael, I said, are you saying that you have the new 45-minute batteries? It just skated around it. Because the average person doesn't have the 45-minute battery combos.
Well, unless he's waiting for them to get there and then do it.
Oh, AZ said he got the Fly More combo with it. And he and the reason that mine didn't come is because I ordered it separately. I could have ordered it with it at the time, and I should have, because then I would have gotten an additional 25% off the Fly More combo. So
Yeah, well, you would have got 25% off. Yeah, that whole order is
the whole order, exactly. Instead, a few days later, I figured, oh, well, I'm going to need the Fly More, so I ordered the Fly More separately.
Like I said, I'm not even really worried about a 45-minute battery life because I don't fly that long any damn way on one battery. Like at most, I fly maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Good morning, Marshall. Marshall has joined the chat along with Team Danzer.
The only time I go through multiple batteries in one sitting is if I'm like at somebody's house playing with my drones, or if I'm at a drone meetup or something like that. Otherwise, I just take one battery with me. I don't really need more than one.
Yeah, I have them all in my case on my both of them, and I have the batteries charged because I have 4 batteries with the Nano, and I have I think 4 batteries with the Air 2S, and I have them, of course, labeled, and I rotate them. The only time I would ever use more than that is if I'm doing multiple ships at one time, come back, check the battery out or whatever. I don't like to go out and fly, with 30 or 40% battery life on anything. I just soon swap it out simply because, once you go in the drink, you're kind of always a little skittish.
Well, normally what I do, like if I go somewhere, I'll just get 10, 15 minutes of footage that I can slice up and go through, and then that's about all I get.
Yeah.
At once, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
And then I'll just sift through it and find the little pieces here and there that I like, and I'll put it together. But other than that, I don't need to go out and fly for an hour and a half or 45 minutes at a time. Like, not unless I'm just playing. Like sometimes I'll take the Air 2 out in my neighborhood and I'll just pop it up and I'll just I'll visually observe it instead of using the screen, and I'll just whip around the neighborhood with it, just having fun with it. But other than that, I don't ever really take it out for long periods of time anyway. Especially in the summertime here in Florida, you don't want to push your drone for more than 20 minutes anyway, because you don't want it to get overheated because it gets hot. Normally, as soon as I come in, especially during the summertime, as soon as I land, I throw it right in front of the AC in the car. Or if I'm at the house, I take it in and I put it in front of the fan and let it cool off in the cool air.
TJ popped into the chat and said that he popped in to say, hey, about to head out for the doctor's appointment. And AZ said, hey, Bumble Tej, who loves KFC. And then AZ says, you wanted to poop in or pop in? And then AZ said to him, she's taking you to the vet?
To go get a shot.
Yeah. He's got to be licensed. Hey, Stella. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Stella.
And Ron is here too. Good morning, Ron. In the chat.
How's it going, Ron? Which Ron? Which one is it?
Ron, Toyman.
Oh, okay. What's up, Ron Toyman? Wasn't sure if it was Ron Lockwood or.
Well, Ron, I think was on another channel. He's out surfing the web.
Oh, is somebody else live right now?
Yeah, somebody. There's always somebody on. You can always find someplace to go. I was about to turn my computers off last night because I was tracking a ship and it was a little bit windy, and the ship, I got to look at it on a long range camera and it was not lit up much at all. And I said, oh, hell with it. And that's when I saw that Philly Drone Life was on. So.
Well, that's what I tell people, because people are always wanting to start up live shows and they're like, oh, I don't want to interfere with this person's show or this person's. I'm like, dude, there's so many people doing live shows. Yeah. You just got to do it. And
you can't worry about who else is on. You got to just go for it,
Right, because if you're worried about interfering with everybody else's channels, you'll never be able to go live. At least not at a prime time. You won't be able to.
Hey, Stella.
The afternoon time is about the only time that nobody ever goes live.
Right.
Honestly, if anybody wants to do a weekend show, the middle of the day is the best time to do it because not a lot of people go live during the daytime. It's always in the mornings or the evenings. Nobody ever does a good, like, I don't ever see anybody do a really good, like, you know, afternoon show on like Saturdays or Sundays or even Fridays. It's always, everybody always wants to go live either early in the morning or evening time.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you want to do your shows on the weekends. I mean, that's when everybody wants to do their shows.
AZ wants to buy my Mini 3. Says he's first in line, he says.
I hope his Mini 3 doesn't have the range issues. I mean,
I don't know. AZ, have you had a chance to do any kind of flight with your Mini 3 or are you still waiting for the weekend?
I'm just curious on what, because to me it just seems like it's going in the way of the Mavic 3, like it's just going to have all these issues, and I hope that's not the way it goes for the people that bought it.
Well, you know, any one of the new drones, even if they're good, it's like I had an update on the Air 2S the other day, and I didn't have any trouble with the Air 2S, and it had to do an update, and it took forever for the update, and I didn't notice anything different, but you know.
Well, like I said though, from the Mini 1 to the Mini SE to the Mini 2 to the Air 2, Air 2S, all those drones were really good releases and didn't have really any issues for the most part. Like there was a few things, but they were able to correct them very quickly with the firmware updates if there was any little tiny glitches here or there. But it seems like as soon as the Mavic 3 came out, it was just like they just fucking didn't know what to do with themselves.
Well, the other thing too is drone pilots are getting more and more verbal about their issues that they're having, and they're putting it out there. And you got to kind of weed through it because, first of all, as far as the manufacturing issue, they're mass producing these things, and I don't know what the percentage is. It's got to be small, like 0.001%, but they've got to be sending out defective drones. It's just natural, you know. It's like, have you ever seen somebody that'll buy a new pair of jeans and the zipper isn't right? You know, I mean, it's like, well, anytime you're mass producing anything, you know, they get past quality control, or somebody didn't push the right button to check this or check that or whatever before they ship it. So there's that, and that captures the news. Now, I'm not saying that they aren't real issues to those individuals and to those drones, because I've seen also guys say that they've had an issue with their Mini 3, and they've been talking to DJI about it, and DJI is going to have them send it back and replace it because they suspect that there's something wrong with that drone.
Oh yeah, they're gonna send out. Every company will send out a few lemons here and there that just aren't going to work right. But
well, it's like you hear the rare occasion, Justin, even in cars. You know, somebody will get a car and at 1,000 miles, the transmission blows. Okay.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is like the Mavic 3, yeah, they did warn everybody, hey, everything's not going to work on it. But honestly, they shouldn't have released it when they did anyway, even if they did warn people, because they were trying to get it out before the holidays. And it's like, not everybody's going to go out and buy somebody a $2,500 or $6,000 drone for Christmas, for one. The people that are going to buy it are going to buy it whether it's in February or they're going to buy it whether it's in December. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter that Christmas was coming up. I think that was stupid that was the reasoning why they were trying to push it out quicker.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, people might go out and buy somebody a Mini 2 or a Mini 1 SE or even a Mini 1 because those are a cheaper drone that they could afford to buy somebody for Christmas. But who the hell is going out and buying somebody a $5,000 or $6,000 drone for Christmas?
Well, not
So
you.
the
Well,
the
you
guys that,
could, we all know you could, Justin, with the,
well, what I'm
the
saying is the
Stanley
guys
money,
that,
but the average person is not. But there's a lot of
But I
people
wanna-
who would, those cruise ships I do that up
Right.
here in the Great Lakes, who in your right mind would take a 5-day cruise at $6,000 a head?
well, that's what I'm saying though, is the people that use the Christmas as an excuse of why they got the drone. It wasn't because of Christmas. They would have bought it whether it was in January or it was in March. They already have the money to buy that drone regardless.
Yeah.
Like if you can afford to buy somebody a $6,000 drone for Christmas, you have money.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what time of year it is. Like I saw all these older guys, like the older retiree guys. They were like, "Oh, my wife bought this for me for Christmas." Well, guess what? Your wife would have bought it for you in the middle of the damn year. It doesn't matter. You guys had the money to purchase a drone that expensive. It didn't
Well,
really matter what. time
I
of
think
year
it
was.
goes to the fact in that case, Justin, is that people with money have money. So therefore, they're always trying to figure out, well, Christmas is coming and I got to buy him a present. What the hell do I buy him? I've already bought him gold rings. I've already bought him a new car. I've always spent the money here and there, whatever. And so something comes along and it's like, oh, okay, there you go.
But it's like, who's going out and buying a 16-year-old or a 12-year-old at freaking $6,000? Oh, let's be realistic. I'm sure there are some families out there that would spend that much to buy a kid a drone, but
Yep.
it's going to be far and few in between.
Well, there's certain families that are not in my sphere of influence that they just shut the kid up, give him whatever the hell he wants, just go away, go play, go, and I don't know anybody that way, but you've seen lots of videos online of the spoiled little rich kids taking $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 drones and crashing them into each other and laughing about it, like and the one, and at the end of the video, the kid says, "Oh, let's take Dad's credit card and go get him again."
Well, that's what I'm saying. That does happen, but it's not as common as
I think it's a little more common than you may want to believe, because society has
yeah.
changed.
But there's more middle class and poor kids than there are rich kids, though.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's the poor ones, but I'm saying as the rich become more affluent and focused on making money, not focused on being a good parent, what do? They throw money at them.
Why do you think the suicide rate's higher in wealthy families than it is in poor families?
Yep.
Because they're really just unhappy because they're
not getting the attention. Yep. They want to escape and go someplace else.
Look how many famous people have overdosed and killed themselves or committed suicide that had everything. But yeah, it's like I said though, I just think that DJI could have waited a few more months before they released that and made sure everything was working on it before they did that.
Yeah, Bill agrees with you. The reason he sells his drones in order to buy another one. He can't afford to have multiples,
Right, and some people do that, and that's fine with me. I don't like doing that because I don't know. I just get attached to my drones, right?
I do too, and I feel guilty letting them sit like little orphans over here. So that's why I don't have any more than right now. I've got 2 drones and 1 more in order. There was a time when I had the Inspires. I had both the Mavic 2 Pro, the Mavic 2 Zoom. I had the Mini 2. I had all these drones, and I'm thinking I'm only flying one at a time.
Right. Well, see, I've always been on a big. I've always been big on redundancy. I don't know what it is, but like, I'm the type that if I have a drone, I'm going to order 4 or 5 cables for the controller because I'm one of those people that gets paranoid. Like, what if my one cable that I have breaks? And then I might not have the money at the time to buy another cable, So when I have extra money, I buy extra stuff. Like I just like having extra cables, extra memory cards. I like having redundancy if something breaks. I don't have to stress on it.
Right.
Same with my drones. I like having multiple drones just in case I crash my Air 2 or I crash my Mini 2. I still have another good drone to fall back on. But I get attached to my drones. Like the Mini 1, technically a Sarah's drone now, but I would never get rid of that drone. Even 5 years from now, it would just become a wall hanger. I wouldn't want to get rid of it.
Hey, there's a comment in the chat. I know you can't see it, from your friend JD. He says, and I think it's pointed towards you, Justin. It says, always have a backup burrito.
Oh yeah, always. Gotta have a backup burrito.
Yep.
Like who else would that be aimed at? They've been on the burrito kick for the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
All they've been talking about is fucking burritos. And then when I was having issues with the printer the other day, they wanted me to turn it into a burrito heater. And then
A
turn the
burrito
nozzle
heater
into-
or a sauce maker or something. Yeah.
No, they wanted me to heat the burritos on the bed and then turn the nozzle into a hot sauce dispenser. Now I kind of want to get an old printer and just turn it into one just for the hell of it.
Just to show them it can be done, huh?
Right. Those beds get hot on those things, though. Technically, you probably, I mean, if you turn that bed all the way up, you could probably fry a damn egg on it.
Well, didn't somebody say, didn't Rob say that he's had it up as high as 200?
No, that's his nozzle temperature.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of normal temperature. But the bed, I'm not sure how hot the beds can get on the Ender 3s because I've only ever had it up to, like, I think I had it up to 70 when I was doing that PLA or whatever, or the TPU.
JD says you're going to call it the Burrito-matic.
Oh, the Burrito-matic, there you go.
Well, I had an idea, and I'm going to run it by you guys. The new Mini 3 and is coming soon here, and it has, the design of it. It has the forward and back sensors are like back to back on the top, but it has no side sensors. It has a down sensor. Why couldn't you take some small little mirrors and print something that you could take and split the back sensor, like a portion of it off, so it goes past it on this side, but on this side it hits the mirror and bounces out sideways, so that you could make that into a dual sensor, and it would see behind and out to the side, detect. I don't know. I'm not an electronic wizard, but I'm just thinking, with a mirror, right, not covering the whole thing, but half of it, where it would reflect, this mirror would reflect it out to the side like this, and this one would still shoot past and act as a sensor.
That's something you'd have to ask AZ. I have no idea if that's even possible.
I don't know because if somebody could develop just even like so that it snapped over the top or something so that it was in place perfectly and perfectly aligned and set, I would think that could work.
AZ might be able to answer something like that. I have no freaking clue to tell you, to be honest. Never thought about that.
Because you hear a lot of people that review it say, well, the only thing they didn't do was put side sensors on it. Now, I never use my sensors. Very rarely.
Yeah, but they were also pushing the max weight to the limit. I mean, they're right at, like, even with the regular standard battery, isn't it like right at 248 or 249 or something?
Yeah, it is. And if you go with the new max battery, it goes up. But since I'm a 107 pilot, I register all my drones anyway. So I
do too.
I pay the $5. It's like, oh, bad me. $5 for 2 years. Bad me.
Well, like my drones, with being recreational, you just pay $5 for 3 years, and all you do is just put your registration number on whatever drone you want to register.
Yep.
So I have a label maker. I print out the registration number. I put it on every one of my drones.
Yep.
Like even Kelsey Spark, has her registration number on it. Sarah's Mini 1 has her registration number on it.
Yep, exactly.
So does my Mini 2 and the Air 2. They both have my registration number on it. Like even if I'm not worried about, like I said, in the U.S., the 250 gram thing, the only thing that makes any difference in the U.S. is whether you want to spend $5 on a registration.
Yep,
Otherwise,
exactly.
it doesn't freaking matter.
Yep, it doesn't, because you still have to fly according to the rules. Even if
Well, and
it's 249 gram, you still have a ceiling limit. You still have, you're not supposed to fly near airports. You're not supposed to fly directly over people. You know, you're not supposed to fly directly over traffic. I mean, the rules are the rules are the rules. The only thing is that, okay, you didn't have to spend $5 to register it.
Well, see, the problem is people buy minis in the assumption that I don't have to register it, which means I don't have to follow the same rules as the bigger drone. That's the biggest misconception when people
Yep.
buy the mini.
Yep.
They think
There may be, Justin, I don't know. There may be different rules for sub 250 in other countries. I don't know in the UK what the rules are. But here, if you put anything in the air, you have to file the FAA regulations.
well, that's what I'm saying is like in other European countries, they're actually so lax on the 250 rule that you can fly right next to an airport and be right outside the runway.
Yep.
Because they consider it to be so small and tiny that it's not really that big of a danger, I guess, is their view behind it. But like I said, in the U.S., it really doesn't matter. But see, the problem is people buy these drones. They hear, oh, I don't have to register. So in their mind, I've heard so many new pilots say this. They're like, oh, I don't have to register it, so I don't have to worry about
The rules.
the rules and all that other thing. And then I correct them. I'm like, no, that's not true. You're really just not saving yourself $5 when it comes down to it. That's it.
In fact, I think that there should be labeling or even a pamphlet stuck to every drone sold in the United States, be required to have this pamphlet that says, yes, it's sub 250. Yes, it's a great flyer. No, you still have to follow the rules.
Honestly, my whole thing behind buying drones is I think that you should have to, before you purchase a drone at a store or even on Amazon, there's no reason why these retailers can't have a database connected to the FAA. And when you walk into Best Buy to buy a drone, they ask you for your trust card and your registration, depending on which drone you're buying. And they can't put it in the computer and instantly get a response back from the FAA saying, yes, this is a legitimate registration number. They match your ID to it, and then they sell you the drone. Because at least you went through the effort to get that stuff done before you purchase the drone. But see, a lot of people, they don't know that they have to do that stuff. And then some people just don't give a crap. So if you require that beforehand, it might deter some morons from wanting to buy a drone that, don't have any care in the world.
Right. AZ answered our question on the maximum temperature of the bed on the Ender 3 max is 110 degrees Celsius.
Okay. So yeah, I think you should have to do that. And I think the trust test needs to be a little bit longer and a little bit more detailed. I think it should be about 30, 40 minutes long. And it should be not to where they kind of still make it to where you can't really fail it, but they go through a little bit more extensive with you. So where you really have to sit there and read through things, watch videos. And then, like I said, there's no reason why you can't walk into Walmart or Best Buy and say, I want a Air 2. And they just throw your information in their little computer, I'll pull an app up on their computer in the electronics department, put your information in. There's no reason why the FAA can't instantly give a response back and say, yeah, they're good to buy the drone. That's the only way I could see really getting the information out there, because the FAA doesn't have the budget to be putting PSA ads out saying this is what you guys need to do before you buy a drone. They don't have the money for that.
Thank you. I just converted though, the 110 Celsius is 230 degrees Fahrenheit, the bed can get.
Oh yeah, you could almost cook on that shit.
You could cook an egg on 230, yep.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is I don't know, because everybody's always like, well, how do we get the information out to people? Well, at the moment, you really can't unless somebody wants to pay to have ads put out. I mean, because the FAA, I mean, their budget isn't that big every year to where they can afford to put out a bunch of ads on YouTube and stuff.
AZ said that's enough to power up a Burrito-Matic, and then JD says, I guess if Justin's not interested in the Burrito-Matic, we can pitch it to Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
Zombie Pepper, hey, how you doing? Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be.
What's up, Zombie? I just that's like the big question though. Like I've heard Dre say, and Jim, back when Jim was doing his show, they were like, how do we get the information out to people? Well, I mean, I don't know. That's the only way I could see really doing it. It's forcing retailers to check your stuff before you buy a drone. And then if you should only have to do it one initial time to where like you have an account with Best Buy and they already know that you're registered, you're good to go. They know when it expires and all that. So you can just walk in anytime after the first time and just buy a drone if you want.
Right.
The same with Amazon, once you do an initial check with them and they know when your stuff expires, because then guess what? Amazon and Best Buy and stuff could also give you an alert saying, hey, your registration's coming up in 2 months. You need to get it renewed, or, they would be able to give them an alert to be able to let the customer know, hey, that they need to re-register, or, even their 107 license is coming up to remind them, because not everybody remembers,
Yeah, that'd be good customer service for sure.
Because some people just forget, when you do a registration, you don't have to renew it for 3 years. You really think you're going to be thinking about that every month? Oh, is my registration coming up? No, life goes by, things happen. You don't pay attention to that kind of stuff, A lot of times people,
I'm going to pitch some peanuts. Keep talking. I can hear you.
I don't know. That's just an idea that I had, guys. I don't know if that's a good idea or what, but that's the only way I could think to get the information out to new pilots, so they know exactly what they're supposed to do and all that good stuff. And I think Alltel eventually is going to go to doing doing geofencing. I just think nobody's done anything stupid with an Alltel yet, and that's the reason why they haven't. There's so many more DJI drones out there, so you always hear, whenever you hear about somebody doing something stupid, it's normally a DJI drone because there's so many out there. But I give to wait till somebody does something stupid with an Alltel, and Alltel looks bad, and then they're going to be like, nope, because the geofencing technically is already there. They just don't, stop you from going into places. All they have to do is flip a switch and turn it on and say, oh, no, you're locked out of this area.
Yeah.
I just think that, but that's what I'm saying, Paul. I just think nobody's done anything dumb with an Alltel yet to where Alltel has really been concerned about geofencing. But I think the minute somebody does something stupid with one, it's going to happen. Oh, and I said, and I don't know if you heard me, but like, the reason why I think DJI is so big on geofencing is because there's so many more of their drones out there. And 90% of the time when somebody does something stupid, it's always a DJI drone.
Well, the thing of it is here's what I don't understand. We become so technical at everything. Why isn't, aren't we to the point in technology where, like me as a 107 pilot, I'm registered with the FAA. They have my numbers. When I go online and it says, welcome back, Paul, and I can adjust different things on my FAA 107 license, such as my inventory and all that kind of stuff. why don't they have it in there that it knows when I'm flying, I'm a 107 pilot. So I should be responsible for knowing where I should fly and where I can't fly without. That'd be like having your truck right there saying, you go up to a corner and say, I want to turn right here. No, you're not turning right here because it's not allowed.
Well,
You
it's the same. It's the same kind of theory of why does DJI drones let you go 10,000 feet when you're registered as a recreational pilot?
Yep.
Technically, you go damn near as high as you could get the
Yep.
drone to go.
Yep. It's smart in some areas, but it's dumb in others. You know, when I first got my first 107 license, so about 5-6 years ago, maybe a little longer, but time flies. I paid, just to do the test, let alone doing all the studying and buying the books and everything else. It cost me $175 to take the test. And if you didn't pass, it cost you another $175 to take it 30 days later. So
Now it's only like 90, I think.
yeah,
somewhere
I'm
else.
invested in it, right? Okay. So it's like I'm invested in it. So why don't you invest in me? You made me take the test. You made me know the rules. You made me do all of these things, but yet that little drone over there is not going to let me, the licensed flyer, fly when I am going to be flying 40 feet in the air, and just because there's a flight path 3,000 feet above me. Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it should unlock different features when you go in there and switch to, because like when you're 107 and recreational, you can go in there and switch it back and forth on the controller.
Yep.
So it's like it should unlock different features when you go to 107.
Yep. I agree. And that's the only thing that kind of frustrates me, because I was asked to go down, I think you heard the story, down river a little ways, the next major community, when I say major, it probably has 15,000 or 16,000 population, a location on the river where they wanted to see at 75 feet, how far could they see upriver and downriver, and using my Air 2S, zoom in downriver to see, and then pan around, zoom upriver to see for a camera location. Now, how many planes do you know flying over a city 75 feet in the air? And I'm not talking even behind me, I was below the tree level.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And it's just like you go to fire it up. Nope, you can't fly here. Nope, you can't fly here.
Well, that's the thing is DJI. I don't think the geofencing is really. I don't find it to be a big issue. I just think that they really need to dive into it and really refine it. Like they need to start diving into it really deeply and figuring out, okay, this airport's not there no more, so this no-fly zone doesn't need to be here.
If I still had my original Inspire 1, when I could have taken off there, it would have come up on the screen and gave me the warning, says, and here's quote unquote, it was a big paragraph like this on the screen. It says, this is not a fly zone, by the reason why in the FAA, and it says on the last line, it says, your acknowledgement relinquishes DJI's responsibility, and you take full responsibility for your flight. It has a little box in the corner, and you tap it. You're good to fly.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying is like that. I think they just really need to refine it a little bit more, because it seems, because like I said, I've had people tell me that they've been in an area flying where it hasn't been an airport there for 10 years, but it's still on DJI's site as it's there, and it's an active airport, and there ain't nothing there. I mean,
AZ and JD is still going at the burrito thing in the chat. But yeah, I agree, and that's another reason I bought the Nano. Is I wanted, because I really enjoy looking at all the camera locations on the Great Lakes, especially in the St. Clair River, because that's how I can see ships coming up. I can track them from one camera to the next, and especially low light things, I can get an idea. Do I want to go down and try and fly this ship coming up? You know, does it have sufficient lighting? Is it really look good, spectacular? And so I check the cameras, but there's a big gap between Port Huron camera and all the way down to St. Clair. So when the ship gets somewhere in there, you can't see it. Where Marysville, which is where I was, here's St. Clair, here would be Marysville, and here would be Port Huron. So it's kind of like the missing gap. So I bought the Nano and I put it up down there and got the video that they wanted, and I sent it to them. So,
well, I think the minute that you see somebody fly an Altel into a stadium or something crazy like that, I think that's when Altel is going to get crap for it, even though that wasn't their fault, because it wasn't, they're not the pilot that was flying it.
right.
I think that's because, like I said, Altel already, if you look at their system, the geofencing is already built in. It just doesn't stop you from doing things, but it does tell you, hey, you're in an area, but it doesn't actually stop you from going into that area. But I think the minute somebody does something stupid with an Altel is going to flip that switch, and they're not going to want to take the heat for it. And that's the only option they're going to have, without getting in too much trouble from the government. Because I think the only reason they haven't done it is because every time you see somebody fly into a stadium, guess what? It's a Mavic 2 Pro or an Air 2S or an Air 2, or
Yeah.
it's always a DJI drone.
Well, and the other thing too is, I'm not sure if the Phantom 4 or the Phantom 3 or any of the Phantom 4 Pro, if it still allows you to fly it with the tap responsibility on the screen. And I don't know if that's a portion of the Go Fly app or the Go app, or if that's the responsibility. When they changed over to the Fly app, they took that away. So,
well, see, from what Jim told me, because he had 3 Inspire 1s, that I think that if you go with the latest firmware that they have for it, I think it does incorporate the geofencing. I could be wrong.
okay.
But I remember him saying that was the reason why he never updated any of the 3 that he had. Like, they are all still like one or second of the original firmware. Like,
The
they've
original
never been
Go app,
updated.
yeah.
And I don't know, like, I have a feeling that if you turned on an Inspire 1 and you did any updates that it required now, and then this time, in 2022,
Right.
it may activate some kind of geofencing, and I don't know because I don't have one. But I know that from what Jim was telling me, the Inspire 1s are more sought out the older the firmware is, because there was more stuff unlocked on it to where you could do more things.
Right.
I remember him saying something like that. It was something in that nature, that they're more sought out if you have original firmware, because a lot of the new firmware too, DJI's made it now with all the newer drones that once you do a firmware update, it locks it to where you can't go reverse anymore. You can't downgrade the firmware anymore.
Well,
And they did that.
the thing of it is I think that people like you, Justin, and other people that have the smaller drones and have worked their way up might want to take the leap into getting an older Inspire 1 while you can still get them. Now, the batteries are expensive, there's no doubt about it, but there's other options. I think there's a company over in Europe that's rebuilding Inspire 1 batteries. I could be wrong.
Yeah, there is, because they sell new Inspire batteries from third parties on Amazon. They're about $500.
Yeah.
But I would love to get an Inspire 1. I mean, even drone nerds here in Florida, they still rebuild them and they still fix them. Like I said, I've wanted one.
That'd be a good question, Justin, for you to ask drone nerds. Are the newer one, get a clarification. Are the newer Inspire 1s and the refurbed Inspire 1s, are they updated to the point where geofencing is part of their programming?
Yeah, because I'm kind of curious about that. Because, like I said, I remember Jim saying something about they're more sought out the older the firmware. But like I said, I would love to get an Inspire one. That's been my dream drone ever since.
Well, I tell you what, once you fly an Inspire one to everybody that's on here, I'm sure that the AZ's has Inspire 1, Inspire 2s, all of the different.
No, remember, he doesn't have no big drones.
Oh, really? Well,
Those are the only ones he
the
doesn't buy.
the
is the big ones.
Inspire 1 is just something to behold when you first take it off. When it lifts off and it gets about 3 feet off the ground and those arms go up in the air like this, it's almost breathtaking.
No, it is. That's what caught my eye with one of those, and I've wanted one ever since. And they're not overly expensive.
No,
You
you
can
can
get a
buy
good
them right now with one battery for like $1,000 to $1,200. And here, the mini that I bought, is almost $1,000 without any extra batteries or anything. Or so, yeah, it's in the ballpark for anybody to buy it.
See, I normally, if I buy anything big like that, it's usually around tax time when I can afford it. But
Sure.
yeah, I would love to get an Inspire one. I've seen Drone Nerds had them for $1,000 for a long time on their website.
Yep.
I don't know if they're still around that, but it came with the controller, I want to say the drone, I think
case.
the X3 camera. I
Yep.
think it came with,
X3, yep.
and the case, and I want to say 1 or 2 batteries, and it was only like $1,000 to $1,100.
Yeah.
And it was all refurbished. They rebuilt anything that was wrong with it, refurbed it.
Yep. In like new condition. Yep.
Yeah, they're not overly priced, but yeah, I'd love to get one because, like I said, when I first ever started watching drone videos and I saw that Inspire one take off, I was like, oh my god, like it was just awesome. Just the look of it. I've been wanting one ever since.
Yeah, they almost, when the arms are up, they almost look like a Klingon bird of prey,
Then yeah, I really like that one that what was it, KB Toys had. It was like a little miniature version of the Inspire, but the only thing was it was Wi-Fi and it got really crappy.
Yeah,
Right.
it was still toy grade, but yes.
But it was built from what I could tell when I was watching a couple of review videos that actually reviewed it. Like it was built really well. Like the arms were all metal and everything. It wasn't a bunch of plastic.
Hey, Justin, Flying with Stan says that he has an Inspire 1 he'd be interested in selling.
How much though? Because like I'd have to save up for that. I can't afford to just buy it right out at the moment.
He's got an Inspire 1 version 1, which would not have all the extra bull lining on it. Flying with Stan, you might want to get a hold of Justin and
because I tried to buy one off of Jim when I had the money, but he wouldn't sell me one. I tried so many times to get him to sell me one, and he would not get rid of them. He had 3 of them and never flew any of them. Like they just sat in his garage, and I tried to buy one off of him, and when I actually had the money at the time, and he wouldn't sell it to me.
AZ said that he has never had an Inspire, but he'd like to have the new Matrice M30T, but it don't have a need for it right now. But Dre, of course, has indicated that he's going to buy one here in the fall. So
yeah, well, Dre has a big need for one though too. He
Yep.
does a business with it, so it
Yep.
makes sense. I mean, yeah, by all means, if somebody has the money just to buy one, just to have it, fine, buy it. Because I would if I had the money. Like if I had, $10,000 or $12,000 to spend on a drone, I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
Ron is in his truck traveling right now. He's joined us on the panel.
Honestly, if I had enough money, I'd probably be like AZ. I'd probably have every damn DJI drone there was. Probably every
Well,
Autel too.
JD's looking out for you. He just sent a message to Sarah, says, "Are you still listening?" Justin's breaking.
Shut up,
the bank.
JD.
Justin's breaking the bank again, he says.
Shut up, JD. Nobody asked you.
What do you mean we can't buy shoes for the children?
Exactly.
Justin
Hey.
just bought another drone.
AZ said Justin, well worth it. Yep. Flying with Stan says, with 2 batteries, he'll sell it to you for $500.
Oh my God, really?
Yep.
Fuck. That's not that much. Oh, damn it, I wish I had $500 to spend.
$500. You can PayPal
I
that.
know that's such a good deal, but Sarah kicked my ass if she found out I spent $500. Oh my God.
Not
it's
once she saw it take off, she'd forgive you.
Oh,
JD would rat on you.
that is such a good deal. Damn.
That is a great deal. In fact, I'm almost tempted myself.
No, you back off. I'll have to get up with you.
Hey, Flying with Stan, send me the info on it. You know, it's got the X3, it's got the controller, you got the case, you got the drone, you got 2 batteries. And about what area are you in? You know, maybe if you're close, either Justin or I could come get it or ship it.
Ah, man, that is such a good deal, though, too. I'll have to think about it for a couple of weeks.
$500. That's almost a given. Hell, I used to spend that much money on carbon fiber props for the damn thing.
Hold on, I'll be back in a minute.
Well, hey, Paul, I had a first time thing last night.
Yeah.
I was busted by the movie theater police.
What?
Yeah, I snuck food in. I snuck a Subway sandwich in the movie theater. And this lady that was sitting beside me, she goes, I don't think you're allowed to bring food in here. And I'm like, keep your mouth shut. I'll share my sandwich with you. So, well, then about 15 minutes later, you know, they come around with their little flashlights and looking, and this kid goes, sir, you're not allowed to bring food in here. And just as I shoved the last giant bite in my mouth, and I'm like, what food? But he saw the big gigantic Subway wrapper. So
Did you get arrested?
no, so I was busted. I just call it busted by the movie theater police.
That's funny.
Hold on. What happened? I missed it.
I was confronted by the movie theater police last night. I went to the afternoon. I tell you what, it was the cheapest movie theater trip I think I've ever taken. I had a coupon for Subway, and I got a sandwich for like $4 and something. And I went to the $5 matinee yesterday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And
What'd you go see?
Top Gun.
Top, was it good?
It was pretty damn good.
Okay.
You know, supposedly they might be pulling the movie from the theaters because somebody's suing them over it now.
What?
Yeah, apparently somebody's suing Paramount over it. I didn't catch the whole story, but it's something with one of the original people from the first movie or some crap is suing them over it. I didn't catch the whole story, but you might want to look it up later.
AZ's trying to upgrade surpass JD. AZ says on that drone, he says the shipping is $1,000, so it'll be $1,500 for the Inspire one.
Shut up.
What we're talking about, Ron, is Flying with Stan has an Inspire 1 with 2 batteries that he'd sell for $500.
Oh. Isn't Justin, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Jim say the batteries for the Inspire 1 are hard to get right now?
No, you can get them on Amazon all day long. They're just like really expensive. They're like $500. But no, there's third-party companies that make them. They're not there. You can get new ones still. Like I said, it's just third parties that make them now.
Yeah, and that's Justin's dream drone is the Inspire One. And we were happened to talk about it. He's just dying to have one. And Flying with Stan came up, says, I have one with 2 batteries I'll sell you. And then Justin says, oh, okay. And then he says, $500. And Justin's eyeballs popped right out right there.
I said, it's a
What are
good
you
deal.
gonna do
but
with Justin? What are you gonna do with Inspire?
I just want to fly it.
Well,
What
go.
do you mean, what am I going to do with it? I'm not going to stare at it. I'm not going to be like Jim and just leave it sitting on the shelf.
Go buy Jim's. He probably.
Yeah, I tried to buy one
He
from
won't
Jim
sell.
like a year and a half ago when I had the extra money and Jim wouldn't sell me one.
Maybe he'll sell it now.
Oh yeah, well I can't get a hold of him, so that ain't gonna help.
Do what I did. Drive to his house. Walk under the garage door like I did. He'll talk to you. I mean, he wasn't happy that I popped in that way, but Adrian and I sat there for an hour and a half, 2 hours to talk to him.
Well, like I said, I tried to buy one off of him about a year and a half ago, and he wouldn't sell, or a year ago or so, and he wouldn't sell it to me because he really liked those drones because they had the original firmware on them, and he didn't want to sell them. But at the same time, he never flew the damn things. He had 3 of them sitting in his garage.
Flying with Stan is in Massachusetts.
It would be.
That'd be worth shipping. Yep.
You should have asked Max Air down in Florida if you could have flown his. He probably would have let you fly it. He was down there flying it at the beach that day.
I don't think Max wants to sell his Inspire one though, does he?
Filipina's
No.
in the chat. Hey, Filipina.
No, he probably would have let you fly it though. You just want to fly it.
No, I think Max, as much as he gives DJI shit, I think he really likes that Inspire one. I don't think he wants to sell it.
Go Fish just put in the chat. She says, wow, I just sneezed and wet myself.
That will happen. Nothing worse than when you're sick
AZ says, what are you spraying? Water out your nose or?
there ain't nothing worse than when you're sick and you sneeze and shit your pants.
Hey, Filipina's in the chat. Everybody say hi to Filipina. She's over in England.
Good morning, Miss Filipina.
And she does a hell of a nice show.
Good morning. You said Go Fish is in there?
Yep. Stella's there.
Morning, Miss Stella.
Yeah, that's such a good deal though. $500. I can't even.
Yes, it is. That's a gift, buddy.
You know, this is a dude thing, but I'm like all excited to go home because I get to go try out some new power tools.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You ordered some stuff.
Yeah, I got that weed whacker, and then I got that pole saw, gas powered pole saw.
Yeah.
You know, men are.
Is that what they call those hole saws?
Yeah,
Pole saw.
yeah,
it's
they
like
have
an-
the manual ones.
How long does it extend, Ron?
12 foot.
12 foot.
Yeah. That'll
Yeah,
keep
so
me
if you
from
get up-
hopefully climbing ladders, which I don't like to do.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I got a 12 foot electric one that I've never used, still in the bag out in the garage.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. stop using your zero turn, Paul, let me know.
All right.
I'd like to have one of them. There's a lot of fun to drive. In fact, I'll probably borrow. I'm sure I get home. My grass is going to be like another jungle again.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm mowing my grass now, Ron, like every 3 or 4 days.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
$500, damn it.
500.
They'll make me go out and take out a credit card I don't need.
$500. Your
Yep.
dreams can be realized for $500.
Just to do what I do. Every time I want something, if I don't have the money to do it, I start bugging the bosses for, hey, you got any extra shifts? So,
I'm already working tons of extra overtime.
Yep. Well, you need to dip into your trust fund, Justin, and just buy it.
But see, the problem is between Sarah being off for a few weeks, between her old job and getting a new job, and then her also being out for almost a week, being sick 2 different times, it put us a little behind, but we're starting to catch up now, and that's why I've been working so much overtime, so I can get us caught back up. And we're almost caught back up, but I can't afford to spend $500.
$500, just a pittance. Well, here's a way to look at it, Justin. If you were working a regular job, you'd be paying for your transportation. You got a free truck and you get free gas. So $500, $500 in a month is a pittance.
Oh my God, he's trying to talk me into it. He's gonna get me in trouble.
I spend $500 a month driving to work.
That's right.
Actually, I just filled my truck up last night. I'm actually going to see what it takes to drive one way. I'm going to drive like a normal person today.
I spend about $350 a week in my work truck.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. Wow.
No,
Well, I don't spend it. The company does.
Ron, when you're going to say you're going to drive responsibly, does that mean no tickets today?
That's my goal.
So, Ron, did they kick you out of the movie theater, or they make you throw your food away?
No, he come up and he said, "Sir," he said, "you cannot bring food in here." And I looked at him. I said, I took the empty bag as my cheeks were all puffed out like a chipmunk. I put the last big bite in my mouth. I'm like, "What food?" And I showed him the empty wrapper. And I was going to hand it to him. Say, "Here, you want to throw this away for me while you're there?" But I didn't. So he just walked away. He walked away. At that point, he knew it was like, he already ate it. Too late now.
So he didn't give you too much crap about it then?
No.
Hey, Mendez Drone Ops, how you doing?
That's what me and Sarah do, though. We'll go to the dollar store, and you can buy the same boxes of candy, or if you not dollar store, go to Walmart where they have the candy bin.
Right.
And you can buy the same boxes of candy for $1 at Walmart that they charge you $4 for.
Oh God, yeah. But the thing that is, I thank God it was a little chilly last night or yesterday afternoon, but I wore my jacket and I stuffed that, full-size hoagie underneath my jacket on the way.
Yeah, we'll just fill up Sarah's purse with snacks and take it in. Normally we'll maybe get a drink there, but other than that, we don't really buy anything there.
Well, I'm not carrying a purse, so. That
Oh,
lady,
these days,
one lady in front of me, she spent $38 at the concession stand. She had 2 kids with her, and her and the 2 kids, $38.
Well, these days it wouldn't be too out of place for you to have a purse. Huh?
Yeah. I spent $9 to $10 total for the movie and my
In the
food.
subway.
Yep.
I saw this kid standing in front of me. It looked like he was 19 or 20 this morning. And he was just standing there in the most feminine way. I just wanted to smack him upside the head. Like, freaking pussy.
Hey,
I can't stand these kids, man. They freaking, oh my God. Like, I know every generation says that the generation after them is, you know, every generation never lives up to the next one's expectations to a certain extent. But, because, you know, if you ask your grandparents what they thought of your generation, they'd probably say it was crap, you know. But God, guys these days are so feminine.
Stella says you're not going to start carrying a man purse, are you?
no, don't you even think of that, Stella. What was that episode on Seinfeld? I think it was, where Jerry had the man purse. Kramer was busting his shit on it.
Yep.
I'm in the metropolis of New England, North Dakota.
$500, Justin.
Oh my
Only
God, Paul.
$500. Wow.
Is Sarah listening?
I hope not.
Ah,
Although I haven't committed to anything, Paul's just being a very
Only-
bad.
Only $500. Well,
He's being a very bad influence.
he
at the
did.
moment.
He did say that he was holding it for you because he
Well,
knew you.
what-
He knew you're good. You're good for the $500. He'll hold it for you.
but what camera does that drone have on it, or does it come with a camera?
I think it's got the X3. It's. You got 2 batteries and everything, and the case and.
For X3, there's nothing wrong with that. It's still a decent camera. Paul's just trying to get me in trouble so that he can look like the good guy later.
Ah,
$500. I heard an echo in here. What is the echo?
that
Well-
could be me, Paul. My truck has a tendency to do that sometimes.
Oh, yeah. There's an echo in here. $500.
Oh, $500.
Did you hear that
No, I
echo,
know.
Justin?
I can't even lie. That is such a good deal, though.
Oh man, that's a gift. It's got the original X. It's got the original X3 camera.
I'm sure he's still going to have it in a couple of weeks. But I like I said, we're almost caught up on everything.
It's
I just,
I don't know. At $500, I don't know if they'll have it.
$500, especially since we've told everybody here.
I
500.
don't know. Somebody else might get it.
$500. Ooh-wee, $500.
I got to watch this road. This one little road that cuts over to the main highway that I go home. Last time I was here, there was a state trooper right up here. I'm running out of excuses to get out of tickets. You would think out here in the middle of nowhere there wouldn't be any cops, but boy, there are.
Flying
Can I
with
get
Stan
you-
says he has an old lady from Detroit looking at it too, Justin. Better act fast, he says.
You're not going to let some old lady outdo you. are you?
That's right.
well, why is an old lady trying to buy an Inspire one anyway? I think Paul's lying. Just to get
No,
rid of
no, it's in the chat.
it. I'm sure it is.
It is.
I don't have the money right now. Otherwise, I would. I'd buy it right this second if I could.
Sarah's in the chat. What do you want to tell her?
Honey, I love you, but I want to buy.
If Paul's trying to get me to spend $500.
On your dream drone.
Yeah, no.
Sarah, Flying with Stan has an Inspire 1, which you know Justin talks about all the time. Inspire 1 with 2 batteries and everything ready to rock and roll. And he's only asking $500 for it. Now, Justin's been looking at them for $1,100 online.
Here you
I've
go,
been looking
Justin.
at 'em for-
Fly it for a while, then sell it for profit.
Yeah, and then sell it.
Work that angle at her.
Yeah,
Oh, she's
okay.
listening. I
Yeah, you
forgot.
tell her, honey, we can make money.
Has she put the middle finger emoji in the chat yet?
No, what she did say is, Murray, you're going to get Justin into capital letters major trouble.
Yeah, but wait till JD gets a hold of it. Justin, I heard that an old lady outdid you.
Yep,
He'll take it and run with that.
yep.
I
Is
know him
JD in
and
the
AZ
chat?
they've been running with the burrito ship for the last 2 weeks.
Sarah says no.
Uh-oh.
$500. Wow.
That's one good thing about being single. You don't have to run anything past the financial counselor.
Yep. $500. That isn't even a day at Disney World.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna start comparing it to how much it costs to do something else to it.
And the girls are
Some
sticking
girl
together.
lot-
The girls
some
are
girl
sticking
lot-
together now. Stella says, Sarah, that's what I was thinking. I was looking out for you. He would need to talk to you first. By the way, it is great to see you.
You know what I just ran over, Paul? Some
What?
girl lost her bra. There was a bra in the middle of the road.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, some guy must have got lucky.
yeah. It was a big bra too. Holy shit. There was no question. I'm doing 60 mile an hour. There's no question. Tell them what it was.
Yep. I did. But the thing of it is that Stella says, did you see what I said above? But she said, just send me the $500. And I'm saying, the minute you can fly over my house and answer my controls, you got it, you know?
God.
And JDS says, I need the link. Where's the link? JDS is going to buy it.
I'm sure somebody else will get it before me. But it is a good deal though.
Yeah.
'Cause
JDS.
Rob was gonna give me that one, but I don't know whatever happened with that. So
$500.
If you're in good with AZ, have AZ buy it, hold on to it for a while, and then buy it off of him with some interest charges, maybe. You know.
yeah, you're just costing me more money.
Ah,
I'm surprised AZ don't want to get it though, only because he was looking at an Inspire too. I remember you guys were looking at that.
AZ said, did you get the sign that says bra on the road?
no.
Warning, bra on the road.
I did. You guys know Dennis Lovelady, right?
Yep.
When he and his wife came to visit last summer, I took him up in the woods, and there's, I call it Sasquatch gone wild. There's a tree out in the middle of nowhere, and somehow, probably 15, 20 feet up, there's like 4 or 5 women's bras strapped to this tree.
That might be a sign of a serial killer or something. That just sounds fishy.
It's weird, but I have a picture of Dennis standing there playing that.
Hey, Justin.
What?
Sarah just made a comment in chat. You want to hear it?
What'd she say?
Justin will, capital NOT, not be spending $500, capital period, exclamation part, end of story, exclamation, keep it moving, exclamation.
Jesus.
That might be another way of telling Paul Murray shut the hell up too.
Yeah, I know. The sweet princess has spoke. Yep.
But you can always take that wrench away too, you know. There's a cool little feature called Block User. Oh.
I don't know how people live out here. Let me show you real quick. This is heavily populated North Dakota.
Sarah says, watch yourself, Justin, in cap letters. Murray would never take away my wrench, and she's right. She is the gem that comes and visits my channels. Yeah,
Yeah, go back about 15 minutes in the show and tell me if he's a good influence.
oh, well, you can't, it's kind of like the difference is she puts up with you flying, but she's not as passionate about flying as you are. I get it. Filipina says, Ron, focus on driving, Ron. Eyes on the road, eyes on the road.
Yep, eyes are on the road. Oh, did Justin ever tell you what he did to Sarah at the drone meetup?
No.
He brings her and puts her to work.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Somebody made reference to that next thing you know, poor Sarah's coming there to meet people and she's working the registration table.
I was just going to say, who was the first person I met at the drone meetup? It wasn't Justin, it was Sarah.
Yeah.
And
She got paid for that. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
She did. Brad gave her one of his 3D printed skulls that he was selling for $20. He gave it to her for free.
But how did she get suckered into that?
Well, because they needed somebody that had good handwriting, and I know Sarah has good handwriting, because they were having to manually write people's names on the name tags because he didn't have time to make everybody's name tags with printed names on it.
So you graciously offered your wife's handwriting skills.
I asked her if she wanted to help.
Okay. Bullshit.
Are y'all actively trying to get me in trouble? I mean, come on now.
Why is today any different than any other day? Well, Paul, I will be home tonight. What's today?
Today is Wednesday.
Tonight and tomorrow night, if Miss Stella is able to join us.
Yeah. Well, Stella, are you going to be available tonight or tomorrow night, or?
I think Friday night, I think her and Ron do a show on Friday night, because that's when me and Matt are doing the show.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the reasons why I never make their show on Friday nights, because I'm always doing Matt's show with him. I think, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they do it on Friday night.
And then I start my part-time job up again on Friday.
What part-time job?
I went back to the ambulance, being an ambulance driver.
Yeah, he's doing it on four wheels instead of on two props.
Yeah.
Might as well say it before JD does.
Now,
I'll give JD that satisfaction calling me an ambulance driver.
hey, Ron, the helicopters, are they using the dual overhead prop spinning, or are they using just the single with the tail pusher?
Yeah, single.
Okay,
Ours has the four-bladed and then the tail rotor.
yeah, okay,
I've flown the EC-135, which is the one that has the Fenestron, the big fan. You
yeah,
ever see it? It's an enclosed fan.
yeah,
You'll see that in the new Dolphins, which is the, I think it's called the 165. Coast Guard has those. And
Yeah.
then the MD 900 series, company used to be called McDonnell Douglas. It's called MD Helicopters, but that's the one that has the NOTAR system. It's a fan system inside of a closed tube, for your anti-torque.
right, right. So, and it has the slits in the boom that push the air out the sides, yeah.
Mhm.
The,
Next
who was it,
Thursday
who was it that developed the dual rotors over top of each other counterclockwise? Did that ever go anywhere, or?
Well, you still have that in your Chinooks.
Okay, the Chinooks, okay.
Yeah, that was trying to think of the name of the company. They're in Philadelphia. They make the Airbuses too.
For heavy lifting, right?
Yeah. Those are kind of cool to watch. Those sky cranes, they call them, I think. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm picking up 2 extra shifts next week. Next Thursday, and then the following Thursday after. Doing a couple helicopter shifts. It's a nice change of pace,
Well, the helicopters get you up personal with the patients in the beginning and then in the ending, because when you're flying your aircraft, you're not landing on top of a hospital. So, there's some transport to the plane and transport from the plane. Where a helicopter, you can land on the roof of a hospital, or you can land at an accident scene or on the road or whatever.
Yeah. Kind of like, if you remember my last helicopter shift, remember we had that big accident up in northeast North Dakota with remember that car that hit that big water washout?
Yep.
Had those 5 patients. Yeah, that was a doozy. Yeah, Top Gun was pretty good last night. I enjoyed they spent a lot of time with the photography, getting some really good shots.
Well, they actually had to pay the Air Force a crap ton of money.
Oh God, I can't even imagine.
Because they wanted originally, I guess they wanted Tom Cruise to kind of like help pilot the plane, but the DOD has the Defense Department has this rule though that if you're not military personnel, you're not allowed to operate.
Oh God,
military equipment like that, and they wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, they let some celebrity fly a $30 million plane.
I mean, granted, he could afford to pay for it if it fixed. Even the studio could afford to replace it, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's still a military hardware with, secrets in it and, weapons, and they don't want some random person flying it. Because there's some stuff in a lot of those planes that's classified, that They
Oh,
can't
yeah.
just be having any random person playing around with it.
So, Ron, Stella
Talk to me.
says, tonight, so tonight is the best bet for her.
Oh, okay. I will be home noonish, and might go out in the yard and play a little bit. But
Yeah.
Ah. What are y'all doing? A private Zoom or something later?
Yeah. Yeah, you and Sarah could join as well as if you'd like.
What time you guys doing that at?
Well, I would imagine towards the end of I'll be on tonight from like 5 to about 7, so it'd be 7 Eastern. Stella usually joins the end, and then at the end that we go to the private chat. Does that sound about right to you, Stella?
Yeah, that's not bad because I usually like to get off by about 7:38 at the latest because usually the last 2 hours before I go to bed, I'm dead to the world. I'm just tired. I want to lay down.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll plan on it 7 Eastern tonight, tailing off my show, and then we'll go to a private chat. And JD says, Murray, didn't they come to you for movie maker editing tips for the new Top Gun? JD, I love JD because he's always poking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
whoa,
Murray shot all those shots in auto too. He didn't even-
Yeah, exactly. So it's all in auto, 100% in auto. Yep.
damn antelope.
I love poking at Matt with that.
I know you do.
He gets so frustrated. when I
Matt
say that.
tries to ignore it. Yep.
I can't remember the last time I've really been able to join Matt much. I was on there for 5-10 minutes Friday night.
Yeah, because you were in the plane ready to take off.
Yep. Matter of fact, it's funny. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to join Matt's live. It was 5 minutes to 6 my time, and I know
Oh, no.
sat down in the chair and boom, we get called out. It's like, son
No,
of
I
a
think
gun.
you were in the ambulance that night, weren't you?
Well, yeah, I was, but right before the show started, I was just getting ready to get my laptop out and everything, and sure enough, we get called out.
Yeah, because you did it from the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget which one that one was. Where the hell were we? Fargo. My camera up here. Shame on me. I always drive with the camera in the front seat. Never know.
Hey, Justin, if it'll help you at all, you know that mirror camera I sent you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, just sell that. You should be able to get some money for that and put that towards buying the Inspire One.
Oh, my God.
Is that one of your children?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah ain't going to let that happen.
It's like getting in between a mama grizzly and her cubs.
JD put in the chat $500 DOLLAHHHHH.
Yeah, young child, housebroken.
Yeah, you have no idea. Sarah's super protective of her kids.
Oh, any mom is.
Okay, Stella's got to pop off for a while. We'll see you tonight, Stella. It'd be after 7 o'clock. Well, you gotta pop in before, but I'll send you an invite. I'm going to be on at 5 o'clock Eastern time, but yeah, after 7 o'clock is when we'll end that, and then everybody will join us for a private.
What time is it? Man, it's only 11 o'clock. Oh.
Stella isn't on your side, Justin. She says, Stella Stickley, these are all caps. Do not let them sway him. You stand your ground.
Absolutely not.
If it would help, Justin, I could PayPal you $100.
You're a smart ass, you know that?
We'll be starting a GoFundMe for Justin.
Yeah,
now.
GoFundMe so that Justin can realize his dream.
Yeah, right. I the one time I ever did a GoFundMe, I didn't get any help. Screw GoFundMe. I did it 1 year, about 7 years ago. We were having a little bit of issues around Christmas time, and I started one to just get some help for the kids for Christmas. Again, single person.
Really?
Hey, Ron, you donate $100 to so he could get his dream, right?
Yeah, just to start some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll send you $200 on PayPal. Ron will send you $100 in PayPal. So then now it's only $200 you got to come up with.
Well, you don't send it to me. You send it to Flying with Stan.
Well, yeah, but you send it to you, and then you can negotiate with Stan.
I don't know if there's much negotiation in that. That's a damn good price for that.
Yeah, that's a really good price. Not that we're trying to push you in that direction.
Yeah.
We would never do anything like that.
No.
There's another suicidal antelope. God dang these things.
Are they jumping in front of you or what?
Yeah, they're jumping across the road.
Well, you good thing you can't hear what they're thinking about you, Ron.
Oh, yeah. There's
Them
that killer.
damn humans zipping around all over the place and that.
The suicidal humans getting in our way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The herd killers.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of the herd, I wonder how they're doing.
They're missing you. They're looking for their corn.
Yeah.
Did you ever pick up that salt block for them yet?
No, I haven't been to that feed store in a while. I'm gonna have to go pretty soon. I'm about out of corn.
Well, Ron, they could just put signs so the antelope know where to cross,
Yeah. I wonder if that's actually true, that lady.
Oh my God.
It is. The lady with the deer crossing signs.
You got to watch the video of the radio station calling the lady about John Cena, about WWE tickets. Oh my God, that shit is hilarious. That lady gets so pissed.
Oh, I never heard that one.
The radio station keeps calling this mom back, and they know that she hates wrestling, and they keep calling her back and prank calling her, asking her if she wants WWE tickets. The lady gets super pissed.
Sarah just put in the chat, how about y'all just send me $300 and just keep it moving? So I think she said that you can go that way, Justin.
No, she'll spend it on something frivolous like buying the kids snacks or something.
Oh no, I think she says send her the $300 and she'll make sure you get the drone. I think that's the way I'm reading it.
Yeah, right.
Really?
Yep. Mike Rennick says, congratulations, Sarah. You almost have a new drone.
you guys keep poking that bear, and I'm gonna have to deal with it when I get home.
Was everybody driving today?
Yeah, apparently.
Stan
Trouble.
says that he wants to meet up to get it because he doesn't want to ship it and have any discontent. Yeah. It's,
I
he
wouldn't
says,
go.
he says it's in perfect condition.
Uh,
Paul, did you see what Flying with Stan put in here?
I
Oh,
wouldn't be
what's
able to meet up with him. He's too far away.
Inspire 1, perfect condition, 2 batteries, $500.
where does Stan live, Paul?
In Massachusetts, I think. Or is it MISS? I don't know if it's Mississippi or Massachusetts. Hey,
I'm half tempted to buy the damn thing.
I'll tell
Well, I
you,
mean, anything, if Flying with Stan's gonna sell it to somebody that he knows off of YouTube, just take a video of it, showing that it's in good condition, and then if something happens. in the
well,
mail,
I would trust Flying with Stan. I would just send him the money and have him ship it, whatever the cost is. So, Justin, I think you're going to be safe.
You know what would be funny? Maybe I will buy that. And then the next
Well, I'm
live,
just saying,
hey,
if he's
Justin, look what I
concerned,
bought.
oh, you kiss my ass. Well, I'm saying if he's concerned about it, he could take a video of whoever he's selling it to, show that everything on it, and then send it. And if it happens to get damaged in shipping, then it's not his fault.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at him if UPS or something fucking smashed it, and it's not his fault.
You got an X3 on it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 batteries, X3 in perfect condition.
Well, I got those four by 8s done.
Got the 4x8s up. I bet that was a doozy, huh?
Yeah. I hired a guy to go with me. My friend, I go for coffee. So I hired him to give me a hand. Well, it only took us an hour. So anyways, right back. Just got to grab another sign.
And don't let Sarah fool you too much, because she wants like some girly filament, because she wants me to make her some stuff on the 3D printer now.
JDS says, will you ship it to Canada? He's trying to buy it off from underneath you, Justin and Ron.
Yeah, but that would be expensive shipping it to Canada.
Yeah.
Well, I shipped my Inspire 1 before, and it cost, like $50-$75, but still, even at $75 shipping, that's still a hell of a bargain on the drone.
It's what,
Yeah, but
22 or 23 pounds, I think, altogether, Paul.
Yeah.
Where did you ship it to?
I had to ship it several times to California.
Oh yeah, but you're shipping it within the U.S., so just ship it to Canada, you'd be looking at some money, right?
Well, you're not in Canada, and Ron's not in Canada.
No, but JDS is. Huh? Well, Hodges bought your Inspire 1 off of you, right? How much did it cost you to ship it to him?
Nothing.
It's about $350.
But it costs nothing because he has a brother that comes across the border.
Yeah,
so he just brought it across to him?
but see that, on the Phantom, we got away with that, but the Inspire, I ended up paying duty on it.
Yeah, he ended up having to pay duty like the value of the drone. So all in all, the shipping wasn't as much as the damn duty.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. If you're shipping an Inspire across the border, it's plus if you're shipping batteries too, that might cost more too, because
it makes more sense for you or Ron to buy it and just pay the shipping outright.
Yep. What's the percentage of duty tax, Paul? Hodges.
Oh, I forget what it was now. It's over a year. It was like between shipping and duty and taxes and exchange, it was like $350 or something I paid.
Really? Wow.
Oh yeah.
But now, Paul, you can tell Justin, was it worth getting the Inspire 1 at the time? At the time, Paul.
Oh, I love the Inspire 1.
I mean, it is something to behold when it takes off, right?
Yeah,
That-
yeah, you keep saying that.
Yeah. So cool watching it take off. Or even land, right?
Yep. And they come back and they land and put the landing gear down and just set right down. Oh yeah.
Maybe one day. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, Ron has offered $100 to the cause. I've offered to send $200. Maybe Paul might send you a little bit to help you.
I don't know. I'm thinking about retracting that offer. I'm still thinking about buying it for myself.
Well, there you go. I just as soon find somebody that we know and care about that would buy it and fly it, JDS is still in there. He said he was out, but now he says, "Where are you, Stan? Where are you located? I'll check and see how much to ship."
He's going to have this thing sold by the end of the show.
Well, if Justin is out, then I would say, Ron, get it, Ron. Because you could always when Justin gets his tax money back, sell it to Justin for $750.
There you go. Yeah, I am working these couple extra shifts.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all you got to do there, Ron. Couple extra shifts.
With 2 batteries, I mean, that's unbelievable price. X3
Well,
controller.
how many charges are on the batteries,
Don't know.
Is that X3 camera? That's a Micro Four Thirds camera, correct?
Do you remember, Paul? The camera size on the X3?
I don't know off my hand, no. Oh, Smokey Bear got somebody pulled over here.
Oh,
Oh, little Kia. Oh, got a young girl there driving a little Kia, a little Solo, or whatever the hell they call that thing.
probably speeding, huh?
I'm obeying the law today.
Flying with Stan says the batteries are 6 years old. That doesn't, age doesn't necessarily equate to not being good. It's just that how many charges are on them and how many cycles and.
Or
Yeah,
two,
battery.
it is how you.
You pay just as much for one battery as you would the Inspire right now.
Didn't you
Yeah,
say,
but,
Paul, there was somebody over in Europe that was doing refurbed batteries for the Inspires?
Yeah, but they're still looking, if you send your battery in, you're still looking 350 Canadian anyway.
Okay. But you can still buy Inspire 1 batteries on Amazon.
Yeah, but hold on to your wallet.
Maybe 30 or 40 charges.
Oh, okay, that's not bad at all.
No, because I was getting 70, 80, 90 charges on mine or more.
Well, it depends on how they were stored too. If they were stored in a nice, cool area, that should be fine. Now, if they
Well,
were sitting out there going-
usually on the Inspire 1s, if you're not using it, you put it back in the case and store it, in a closet or in the house or whatever.
right, as long as it wasn't in like a hot garage or
A
something.
hot
like that.
car, yeah.
For a garage like Jim's.
Yep.
Yeah, I would never buy, Justin, I would never buy a drone off of Jim, not the way he's taken care of.
Well, that was like a year ago anyway when I offered him that, but he won't sell his stuff anyway.
I can't even imagine the corrosion in his batteries and drones.
Well, in my estimation of all, I pretty much owned every DJI drone made, plus a few others, from other manufacturers. The Inspire 1 is still the awesome drone. And the Inspire 2 too, but the Inspire 1, the original Inspire 1.
Is it a V2 there, Paul?
No, it's an original Inspire 1.
Okay.
So therefore, it wouldn't be locked up with any kind of restrictions or whatever.
Yep. I think it's this street here. Yep, Horton Street. Okay.
Yep, he says stored in the case all the time at room temperature.
Should be fine. I mean, because AZ sent me that one battery for the Spark that was sitting, you know, in his house for 5 years, still in the box, brand new, and it's working just fine.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you got to remember you're dealing with smart batteries now on DJIs. Even the Inspire 1 had smart batteries, so it maintained it at a certain storage level if you weren't using it.
Well, same with the Spark batteries. Everybody thought when we were first talking about it, everybody was like, I don't think they were smart, but they were smart batteries.
Hey, Paul Murray,
Yeah,
being that I'm driving, would you mind in the chat sending my email to Stan?
sure. Stan, I'm gonna send you the email for you to get a hold of Ron, because he is interested. Let me go to AOL.
I don't care who sees it.
Yeah, I'm not that fussy about it either.
An email is like a license plate. It really doesn't matter who sees it.
There you go.
That's why I laugh every time I see a YouTube video and they blur out all the license plates. I'm like, why? The hell does that matter? Like, 1,000 people see your license plate every day when you're driving down the road. Doesn't make any difference. And it's not like you can really look up the information of somebody's license plate anyway without the, you know, proper database. And like I said, if Stan's worried about, you know, the condition, just take a, you know, short minute or two video, send it to whoever buys it.
Yeah.
That way, you know, when it left, it was in good condition. If something happens to it, I mean,
Well, I don't
it's
think
all-
I don't think you'd pull the wool over anybody's face.
No, he's not.
No,
looking
but he said he was concerned because he wanted to meet somebody in person to sell it. He didn't want them to get mad if something was broke on it. That was his concern. So I was saying, like, what he could do is take a couple-minute video of, hey, you know, do a nice little pan around it, look around it, show everything's good, and that way you know. And then if just to ease his concern. But I mean, it's not like it wouldn't be. It's not expensive to send those into drone modes or somewhere to get fixed any damn way. Any which way, you're looking at a good deal. So.
Yeah.
Those Inspires, they run with two batteries at the same time, correct?
No, that's the Inspire 2. The Inspire 1 they're white and they have the big battery that goes in the top. Smart battery.
Yeah, the Inspire 2 uses two batteries. Inspire 1 only has to have one in
And the only major difference, the Inspire ones and the Inspire 2 is the Inspire 2 has a heads up, this not a heads up, but it has a display camera, a pilot view. And I never used two controllers at one time anyway, so I didn't need that. I wanted to see what the camera saw, you know, panning and the whole bit.
Right.
Well, what it does, the Inspire 2, what's cool about that setup though, Ron, is what it does is it gives you the ability to be able to see where you're going while somebody else operates the camera underneath.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And Stan's latest comment is, I just don't want someone to say I didn't know, not worth it, to fight about it. I'm confident it's perfect.
I trust.
Like I said, nobody's. I don't think anybody's going to be like that. But like I said, if he's concerned about it, you know, throw a little video to whoever wants to buy it, and so that way they can like visually inspect it if he's worried about that. And then, you know, if Ron or somebody's buying it, see how much it is to throw a little bit of insurance on it.
Yeah.
That way, if UPS or somebody does damage it, it'll be covered.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, I gotta take off. I'm home. I gotta unhook the trailer, unload it.
Okay, Paul, we'll see you tonight, right?
Yep. I just got to, I still got 2 more signs to do, but anyway, so, okay.
Okay. All right, Paul. Take care.
Okay. Yep. Bye.
Because it shouldn't, for a $500 item, you'd probably be looking at like 20, maybe $30 to insure it. And then that way, if something does happen to it or it gets lost, neither one of you are out, you know. It's just another option to look into, and then he doesn't have to be concerned with that. Because I understand what his concern is, you know. He just doesn't want somebody to, you know, he doesn't want to start anything with anybody.
Filipina says to Ron, buy it, Ron.
Oh, trust me, I'm thinking. We got a long drive ahead of me.
Just wasn't meant to be for me yet. Maybe one day.
I gotta go in and buy water, guys. Be right back.
Okay, Ron. Well, Justin, if you're not going to get it, I would think that we got to make sure Ron gets it.
I can't get it, honestly. I don't have $500 extra to spend. So as much as I would love to buy it, I just can't afford that at the moment.
Yep, that's a good buy. In fact, for a microsecond, I thought about it too, but I've got the Mini 3 coming. And everybody knows why I bought the Mini 3, simply because that's the only way I could recoup anything from the loss of the Air 2S. Since
Like I said, it just ain't meant to be yet. Maybe eventually.
I bought it simply because of the discount. But it sure is fun to fly that Inspire 1. That's the only thing I miss is when you put that up in the air, boy. It's something to fly. And the other part of it is if, if I were to buy, I've got extra iPads that I used to use with the Inspires. And I've got the hard cover to cover the iPad.
Right. Well, see, that's another thing too, is I still have to work on getting Kelsey a phone or tablet that she can fly with, because me and her want to go flying together all the time, but we always only have my one phone, so it's like only one of us can fly at a time, and it's kind of a pain.
Yeah, Flying with Stan says he's got the Mini 3 coming tomorrow. So do I, Stan. Mine's supposed to be here tomorrow as well. So when I get an accumulation, you're probably like I am, Stan. I've got the Air 2S, which is my go-to drone right now, with the smart controller. Then I have the Autel Nano Plus with its own controller and everything, and that's my kind of my night flyer. I purchased the Mini 3 simply because of the discount, 25% off that I got from DJI for them screwing up with my Air Refresh on my Air 2S that I lost. So do I have a special place in my heart for the Inspire? Yes, I do.
Hey, Justin,
I wouldn't know. I never got to fly one. What?
you were talking about that teenager
Oh
earlier.
yeah.
I had one on the opposite end inside that convenience store. What a cocky little, he said, he goes, don't be jumping in front of me, old man. And I'm like, I looked at him and I said, you want to go down that trail, little cowboy? I'm like, dude, if you're in that much of a hurry, go ahead. I didn't jump in front of him in line. He accused me of it. It's a little phrase I like to use out here sometimes. Somebody challenge you. I just say, hey, do you want to go down that trail, cowboy?
What do you say? What do you do when you told him that?
He just looked at me and I backed away. I said, you're in that much of a hurry. Go ahead. But it's best that he left it at that.
Yeah, you'd have wiped the floor up with him.
I'm not going to put up with anything like that from some little snot nose.
How big a little nose was he?
He was damn near my size, but I
That's like when
guarantee
my doesn't say when my nephew first moved down here to Florida, he got mouthy with Sarah and raised his hand to her. And I put him up against the wall and I had my hand around his throat and I whispered in his ear, I said, I will fuck you up. You ever do that again. And ever since then, he's been the most respectful to his aunt and me. And I mean, he's gotten a lot more mature over the last couple of years, but after that, he never, ever again. And I told his mom, I said, I put your son up against the wall and I told him, I will F his ass up if he ever does that again. Sarah was there Sarah was standing right there, saw the whole thing. I came in that room and I threw him right up against the wall.
Yeah, I deserved if he raised his hand to a woman.
But
Wayne
after
B,
that,
how you doing, Wayne B?
But he didn't want to mess with me after that. He changed his attitude real quick after that. I straight told him, I said, I'm not going to put up with that shit.
That's one thing I'm proud to say that I have never done in my life. I have never hit a female. Might have barked at them a couple times, but never. I don't believe in that. I got fired over a job once back in my early ambulance driving days. I was in Du Bois, Pennsylvania, and we got a 911 call apparently didn't know what we were walking into. The young girl called 911. We got there before the cops. We didn't know what we were dealing with. But here the dad was beating up on the mom. And we come through the doors, hey, paramedics. Guy yelled over and said, get the F out of here, and threw a glass ashtray at us. I'm like, no. So I kind of gave him an attitude adjustment, but I got fired over it.
Here the fire chief and Grady would have gave you an award. Called you a hero.
Yeah, but that was back then.
And then he would have went to jail, and then they would have been calling you a hero, and you would have been getting a public service award for bravery.
Hey, Wayne B said to you, Ron, he says, when you said that your favorite phrase, you got to practice saying it like John Wayne would, you know?
Excuse me there, cowboy, you want to get out of there?
You
You know,
got to
the
do like
funniest-
Val. You got to do like Val Kilmer. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah. The funniest thing I remember about that call was the girl I was working with, Janie Dillman. That was one woman in my entire lifetime. This is the honest to God truth. That girl could fart on demand. Anytime you see Janie fart, she would, boom. The girl was talented.
Talented.
JD said, you got to be careful. Never know, Ron. A man, the man that you hit may actually be a woman now.
This is true.
Well, the thing
I
is,
guess I got to
too,
look
is
at
like-
him in the Adam's apple before I throat punch him.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing though too, is if a woman straight starts attacking a guy and he defends himself and hurts her, that I can get that I'm fine with. Like if you're just protecting yourself from being hurt, by all means you have the right to protect yourself. But if you're just beating on a woman just because you can, that's a whole different situation, right? But if you're, walking down the road, or if you're in a store and all of a sudden a woman gets in your face, starts punching you, then by all means, I don't have an issue with you defending yourself. Just because you're a guy doesn't mean you should sit there
Right.
and take 3 punches to the face because some woman wants to stand up to you. But that's not being a woman beater, right? That's not somebody that's just beating on their wife just because they can.
Yeah. I had
I mean,
a
if
friend
a
of
woman-
mine that was in a street fight like that, kind of same thing, Justin, where he was kind of attacked on the street, and she was a pretty big woman, and she hauled off and clocked him. He turned around, he clocked her back. He said, "You want to step into a man's world? Here you go." So,
Well, that's the thing is, and then when the cops come, I'm sorry, you're defending yourself. Just because she's a woman doesn't give her a right to punch you in the face. No, it gives nobody the right to punch anybody in the face, whether you're a woman or a man. The minute you
one
lay
thing
hands on somebody, you better expect to get hands laid back on you.
one thing I will never do again, I did once in my life, is I got into in the middle of trying to break up a cat fight, 2 women fighting. I'm the one that got hurt. I will never do that again. These 2 women were at a little county fair, and one of them was a friend of mine. I tried to break up the fight. Oh, never again. I got hurt. Women fight mean.
Well, if you're breaking up a fight anyway between 2 people, you always want a couple of people to be able to grab each one and pull them apart. You try to get in the middle of 2 people by yourself. You try to get in the middle of 2
Women.
people by yourself. You're gonna end up getting hurt, or they're gonna turn on you because you got in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to break up 2 people fighting is one person. You have a person come behind each one and grab them and pull them apart.
Yep.
But stepping in the middle of 2 people, yeah, you're liable to get hurt.
damn, Paul, I'm really tossing this Inspire thing, but here's the problem. I really want that Air 2S or Air
Oh.
2.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to get that. I want to get that 360 Spear.
Yep. Yep. That plus the zoom is really nice on them too, you know. Now, when I had the Inspire, I paid extra money and I bought the Z3 camera, which had the zoom on it.
So which camera does Stan
It's got
have
the
on that?
X3.
No, it does not zoom.
It does not zoom. Nope.
But you'll probably get better quality shots with that X3 camera than you ever would with. Not that the Air 2S can't handle its own, but
Well,
I'm pretty sure
I mean,
it probably.
the one that Air 2. So that 360 Spear, the only airframe that they designed that for was the Air 2.
Yep.
Now, but could you get somebody like AZ or somebody like Tim that could design a mount that could go on another drone? Does it have to be with those
No,
drones, or
it's-
it's just the mounts that they made for the drone?
Yeah, the mount and the whole wiring and camera system is all part of the mount. Like the
Oh,
batteries
okay.
inside the mount. Yeah, if you go on Flight Path is the best guy that's demonstrated that so far.
Well, you could always do like Paul said. Later on, you could probably turn around and flip that thing for enough money to buy an Air 2S.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when you find good deals on Inspires that are like $600-700 or $500, usually it's just the drone, or it will be just the drone and the controller. It won't have no batteries or
It
camera
doesn't
with
have the batteries, doesn't have, sometimes not even the camera.
Yeah, like the one that some of the ones I've seen on eBay for like $900 or $700, it didn't have any camera with it or any batteries. It was just a controller and drone. So you had to turn around and buy batteries and a camera for it. Honestly, me personally, I wouldn't care if I had a camera or not. I just want to fly it around. I mean, eventually I would like, if I bought one and it didn't have a camera, eventually I'd buy a camera for it. But I mean, I just really wanted to zip around.
Oh, what's nice about the Inspire, Ron, is it has the twist on, twist off camera. So let's say at some point in time you want to get a thermal imaging camera. You just twist on, twist off.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you can just change cameras. You can get an X5 camera, which is the bigger one that has the lenses you can change and everything, and it just twists on, twists off.
That's where
And
you
the
spend your big
X5
money
can-
on is with the
Yep.
cameras.
Cameras, yep.
Yeah, because the lenses alone on the X7 and the X9 are fucking about $2,000 per lens. They're expensive.
Wow.
But Ron's got a lot of lenses, so he'd probably be good. All he'd have to get is the X5 or the X7
Well, I think
body.
the Inspire 1 though only goes up to the X5 though, right?
Yeah, yep.
I think the Inspire 2 is the X7 or X9.
Okay, guys, Flying with Stan is right here, right now. Talk to him.
What's up, Stan?
Dan.
Hey, guys. Yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to kind of explain why I kept saying I didn't want to ship. I'm sure everybody is good here and everything, but this world with the scammers and everything.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I don't want to ship something $500 thing and then say, the batteries weren't good or whatever. I just would, and I'm not saying I won't ship it. I'll ship it if that's what we have to do. But the ideal thing would be for me to meet you guys or somebody and fly with you, and then if you like it, then you buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in
But
Massachusetts, Stan?
Yeah.
A little ways away from me.
Yeah, but I can drive all the way to Rhode Island. Is that better?
No.
No.
Ron-
Yeah,
Ron's out in Dakotas, right?
Yeah, in Wyoming, yep.
Yeah, so anyway, so it's all good. It's it's all the original stuff. There's an ND filters and everything that I didn't mention, but if anybody's really serious, then I can do a little video of the thing and even maybe me flying it a little bit. But yeah, I got it in 2016 and I don't fly it too much. So I've had 5 batteries, and so I can even give you the 3 dead batteries. 3 batteries ended up dying on me. But anyway, so that's the deal. I'm going to be heading out here. So,
Well, I think it's well worth it, Stan. Ron is seriously considering it, although he's thinking about it's in his mind is between the Air 2S,
yeah,
and simply because of all the new tech. But what I'm telling him is, I've owned several Inspires, and when you fly one, it's just kind of an awe-inspiring flight.
well, it's really cool, but it is the V1. The Air 2S is 5 times better.
Yeah.
This is great in the heavy wind and stuff, but the camera is nowhere near the Air 2S. So anyway.
Air 2S has a better camera?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what if you were to go up to the X5 though? I don't think it would compete with the X5 though, would it?
Oh no, I mean probably not. But this camera, that X3 camera, I guess is what it's called there, that comes with it, that's just kind of like an old Mavic camera. I'm pretty sure it's nowhere near like an inch. It's definitely good. It does good video and everything. I'm obviously not a good salesman here, but I'm not trying to. I'm trying to just be totally honest. The thing is obviously a little bit older, but I know somebody will enjoy it, and I've taken really good care of it and everything. I take care of all my.
So it probably looks just like new, right?
It absolutely looks brand new, I would say.
Yeah, for the $500 that somebody wants an Inspire, that's a hell of a buy.
Well, and I understand his thing with the scammers, but if it's one of us, that's not going to be the issue.
I know that for sure.
But yeah, I understand the scammers. Those are a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing too. And what I call, perfect condition might not be what you call it either. And that's all. And, like I said, I will ship it if that's what we have to do. But, it just would be ideal to meet up and say hello and fly a little and see what you're getting, Anyway.
Yeah.
So that's
Ron, I replied to your email, or I sent you an email. Whatever, reach out and.
If you get a chance, Stan, if you have time, maybe send me a couple pictures or whatever.
All right, I'll do that.
I just think it's a hell of a buy, and Ron could fly it and tinker with it, because even if he were to buy the body, like an X5 body, he's a photographer nature anyway. So he's got lenses,
All right.
Does that have the, I'm trying to think of the name of the transmission system, the old style
It's
DJI
Light Bridge.
Like
Yeah,
Light
Light
Bridge. Right. Yeah, it's that one there. Light Bridge. Yeah. It's not great, but it's, you get maybe close to a mile.
mile or two away. Yep.
Well, I would say close
Depends
to a mile.
about how open the area is. I used to get mine up and down the St. Clair River. I get out to a mile and a half or so, and it starts to get a little flaky,
It uses the old DJI Go app.
Yep.
Even use
I
Go
still-
4.
Yeah, I still use that for my Mavic 2.
Oh yeah.
So it would get about the same transmission distance as your Mavic 2.
Oh, really?
No,
I get
no.
more than
The
so.
Mavic 2
Mavic.
Pro and Zoom, those are.
Oh yeah. I was thinking the Mavic, just the plain
Yeah.
Mavic.
Okay, guys, I'm heading out.
Too.
Okay, Stan, thanks for popping in, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
I'll
Dan.
see you. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean, yeah, Ron, if you wanted something that did some serious photography, an X5 would be a good investment to pop on the bottom of that thing. Because from what I remember Jim saying, and Jim was pretty knowledgeable with the cameras, he said that there's no way that even the I want to say he said that even the Mavic 3 wouldn't even be able to touch an X5 camera. as far as
How much is that
quality.
X5 camera though?
Well, it depends on, it's not the camera that's so expensive, it's the lenses.
It's the lenses you put on it. You've got plenty of different size lenses, right?
Well, I
No,
mean, go on eBay real quick, Paul, and just see how much. the
No, you
X5s
don't.
are
You don't
going.
have lenses for your cameras?
no, my Sony camera has a permanently mounted.
Oh, fixed lens. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well, go
That's
on
the
eBay
one-
real quick, Murray.
I remember the old days when everybody had a lens and you take the caps off and you twist it on and let me go
That's
on.
a nice thing.
I would,
So that's the beauty of this Sony camera, is it gives you that wide angle and it gives you that super telephoto zoom without carrying a bunch of lenses. That's why a lot of professionals, I mean, you look at that Sony RX10 Mark IV, wish they would come out with a new one. But so many professionals saying, you know what, they're tired of carrying 18 cases with so many lenses. And the sheer fact, the big thing on it is the speed of that lens. It shoots f2.8 at 24 millimeter, which is your wide angle, and it still shoots at f4 clear out at 600. No other camera does that. That's the thing.
yeah, well, because I'm sure the X5 has come down a little bit in price since the X9 came out.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to screen share. They're still a little pricey. Here's an X5 camera with the 1.75 lens, $650. No bids yet. Let's go to sold items.
Yeah, go to see that or go on to
Sold
like
items. Okay. There's an Inspire 1, no camera. Oh no, it's got an X5 camera, raw. 2 controllers. Oh, it's bidding. It's not. Oh, it's sold for $999, $1,000 with an X5 camera.
oh wow.
Here's an X5 camera sold for just the camera itself, no lenses, $649.
But those cameras, though, those are like movie studio quality when you get to the X5 to
Yep.
the X9.
Yep, they're movie. They're movie. Here's an X5S camera, no lenses, $650. X5 on an Inspire 2.
So you're talking about geez.
Yeah, but for what you're paying for that drone, that if you buy that Inspire for $500, I mean that's that. If you think about it, if you were to buy the drone for what a lot of them are going for on eBay plus the X5, you'd be spending close to $2,000.
I'll just say, yeah, you got the drone, the camera, then the lenses.
But for as cheap as you're getting the drone, if you buy it from Stan, I mean, it really wouldn't be as big of an investment into the camera. But like I said, the X5, the X7, and the X9 are very movie studio quality cameras, very high end. And plus, I mean, you ain't gonna have the issue with birds and shit. They're not gonna want to screw with that big ass drone.
You'd be surprised.
Well, that's the point. You don't want to be surprised.
No. Yeah, not with that much money up in the air. That's why I was wanting, and I still, I'm fighting what I want to do. I still would like to get like a mini or something, before I go to Alaska, because it just still scares me, to this day, I'm even down in Florida, it scared me to fly over water. One screw up,
I'll be back in a
the drone's gone. But the problem up in Alaska, though, I mean, literally, like coming out of the lodge every morning before we get in the boat, all you hear is eagles. You can hear them chirping all over the place and cackling. and there's so many eagles up there, and I just afraid of them attacking the drone.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that that's a hell of a buy, and just by having face to face with him, Stan, he's a straight shooter.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt.
If
I have
you
no
really
doubt.
wanted one, buy it. But I think in your case, you want to travel with it. The Inspire One is not a travel drone,
It's not a travel drone.
because I used to take it, grab it by its top, and I'd carry it out, and it was, this big. And I'd carry it out, put it in the back of my Tahoe, never put it in its case. Then I had another bag with batteries, the controller, the monitor and everything. And that was in a camera case by itself, But if you wanted an Inspire and understood how really big it is, that's a hell of a buy.
Yeah. I've never really seen much of one or seen one fly until this past year down in Florida, when Max Air was flying his. Yeah.
But in your case, Ron, I think the Air 2S is exactly what you want to have.
Yeah, because I really like that creativity that you can do with that 360 camera.
Right.
Well, hopefully somebody will be able to get it.
No, the only reason I was kind of needling you, Justin, is I didn't want you to feel that we were put upon you, but we just know you've been talking about an Inspire One forever.
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't have $500 extra to spend right now. Usually each pay period, I usually only have about $100 I can play with if I need to get something. So I don't really have a.
And the fact that Sarah's been off. Yep. We get it. But if anybody is looking to get an Inspire One and you live close to Massachusetts, that's the place to go. Get a hold of him. Flying with Stan.
Plus, Ron has his email now, so if anybody's interested, we can get his email from Ron and email him about it.
Right.
I said one day I'll get one.
Well, you never know. By that time, maybe the Inspire 3 will be out,
Yeah, I don't see the Inspire 2s dropping in price like that anytime soon. Because even everybody was like, oh, when the Inspire 3 comes out, the Inspire 2s are going to drop way down. I just don't see it because there's still such a.
Well, you know what turned me off when I owned the Inspire 2, okay, and I didn't keep it very long. I bought the Inspire 2 in order to get. I'm usually always traveling at least 3 sets of set of batteries. The Inspire 2 takes 2 batteries side by side, so that means 6 batteries. The batteries were $189 a piece.
Right, exactly.
So I said, no. Because when I flew the Inspire 2, it flew exactly like the Inspire 1. Why the hell am I stepping up to this one? First of all, I don't need 2 controllers because I only have 2 hands. And I don't, it's really designed for a film crew because it has the first-person camera for the pilot to use. And then the other operator on the other controller can manipulate the camera 360 up and down and everything else while you are looking at straight ahead flying it. So,
well, not to mention that if you get the Inspire 2 with the latest camera, the X9, with all the trimmings and everything, I mean, you're looking at 13-14 grand easy.
You're lucky if you can buy it for that nowadays.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Inspire 2s are not cheap.
Well, the FLIR camera that I bought to do search and rescue on the Inspire 1 was $8,000.
Woo! Ouch.
That's what I'm saying. The Inspire 2s are not going to go down in price anytime soon. Now, if the Inspire 3 comes out, maybe 2-3 years after that comes out, that you might see them start to drop as low as the Inspire 1s, but it's not going to be anytime soon.
Right.
Because there's still high-end movie quality drones, even if the Inspire 3 comes out. You'd still be able to use it for that. So
Well,
it'd be no-
and the thing of it is that hexacopters have come so far, that now you can fly a hexacopter and you can hang multiple cameras on it, and they fly and they're stable in the air. You get longer flight times because you can load it with batteries. So for really commercial work, a hexacopter. DJIs, what do they call them? The big
Well, not
the big folding arms. Not Enterprise. Anyway.
The Matrice, you mean?
Yeah, the Matrice versions. You
well,
can,
not to mention is most a lot of movies companies now are going more FPV than they are Inspire
Yeah.
type drones.
yep. Or they're flying both and they're intermixing the shots.
Right. But FPV's been a really popular for the drone industry lately.
Yeah.
I mean, for the movie industry, because it gets those fast, speedy shots real quick.
Right.
Also, you can build a FPV drone to be just like a GPS drone, where you can hover it when needed. It's
Yeah,
GPS.
you can adapt them, or even the DJI FPV has cinematic mode where it acts like the drones that we fly every day. It doesn't
Right.
curve, it doesn't flip, it doesn't do any of those things.
So you can change it as you're going.
Yeah,
from
flip
being
a switch.
GPS drone
Yep.
to all of a sudden now it's a freaking FPV drone chasing a car at 100 miles an hour.
Right.
Where is 311 at?
Ron, how much longer you got to go, buddy?
Oh, I got a couple hours yet.
Oh wow. Because I think we were about ready to call it. We're down to 7 people watching.
Yeah, okay.
And Justin, you take care.
I'll see you guys later.
Okay. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We're going to be on again at night at 5:00 Eastern time. And Ron, we'll see you there because we're going to after the show. Okay.
Okay, yeah, looking forward to it. I'd like to look forward to
Okay.
chatting.
All right. Sounds good. Everybody take care, and we'll see all of you again tonight. Bye for now.
Take care.